Three-minute rounds in this first of the men's lightweight under 60 kilogram semi-final contest. In blue, the Brazilian Conceição. In red, for Italy, Valentino.
Both these fighters class acts. Robson CONCEICAO got a knockdown in his previous bout here at the 2013 championships. But the Italian, well, a class act, ranked #1 in the world. Conceição ranked at #4. And the Italians have brought a sense of style to these proceedings this year. 3 of them have made it to the semi-finals. And you'll see why. Good left connection there on the chin of Conceição. The South Americans, very fluid styles. The Cubans, the Brazilians, the Venezuelans, very relaxed. But here we see Conceição in a very tight, orthodox stance. That's a sign of respect to Domenico Valentino. Valentino pushing him off in the clinch. So Valentino happy to pedal backwards and slip. Good connections there. Throws his right first, then follows the left. That's a mark of real class there, to use the rear hand first. And some would consider a slight mark of disrespect for his opponent, but he landed the shots. Conceição now starting to get Valentino in the hairlines.
Well, this isn't quite as pretty a performance as Conceição managed in the quarterfinals. He's finding Valentino a real handful here, and of course it's not surprising. He is #1 in the world, Valentino. He's a very bruising, tough fighter. He'll stand toe-to-toe. Conceição prefers just to pick with those long arms of his, long jabs.
Well, Conceição lands the left, then the right. Good, solid connections. This is going to get gritty. And they were on target, and they sparkled. Both shots. So the grittier the Italian gets, well, the more on point and precise the Brazilian gets.
Well, he's marching forward all the time, the Brazilian, isn't he? He's hit a few good shots in the last 30 seconds, and that may well swing the judges now, Will. He seems to be aggressive. He's had quality shots, all different aspects that the judges are being asked to judge on.
This will be a very, very close round indeed, as far as the scoring goes. But those solid connections towards the end of the round that Conceição managed to land will be decisive.
Perhaps just for work rate, the Russian in the early part of the round was marching forward. He threw a great amount of punches. Look at that, isn't that a wonderful jab there from Conceição? That reach advantage is a great thing to have in boxing. And as we thought, well, the judges a little confused themselves, or certainly the scoring is. Judge A was more impressed with Valentino. Conceição, Judge B and C preferred his style of boxing. This is a tight match indeed. We're on with round #2. Valentino of Italy in red, Conceição of Brazil in blue. Straight out with that jab as well.
Well, the judge is finding in favor of Conceição in that first round, because he's landing the cleaner shots. And look at that straight left hand. It rocks the Italian back. The Italian wants to bring the fight in close, but Conceição's not having it. And he set out his stall here. This is going to be all about distance, range, and punishment over that reach. Conceição knows how to manage that space. Again, the Italian starting to work his way back in this left-right combination, and they're solid. And in the exchange there, both fighters trying to outweave each other. Conceição. Strength, precision, mobility, and look at that array of punches. Goes downstairs, good clean body shot.
Well, the Italian went in low there with his head. Conceição grabbed the chance to lean heavily on top of him, try and tire the Italian out a little bit.
Right hand whistle past the chin of Valentino. Mr. Wang has got his hands full, trying to separate these two as the exchanges get grittier. Good right hand follow-up from the Brazilian. And again, lands the right.
Yeah, he's just starting to throw some better combinations, the Brazilian. Some body shots, some uppercuts, showing greater variation than the Italian.
A lot of hugging from the Italian, and that's a sign that he's just struggling at the moment to try and find an answer. Lands a good shot there, the right goes in. A lot of the Italians work, though, on the arms and the gloves of Conceição. Big overhand right there from the Brazilian.
Oof. And the Brazilian just starting to dominate the center of the ring now. Just over 30 seconds to go.
Oh, some big swinging haymaker punches coming from the center of the ring, toe to toe, looking at putting heat on those punches, both fighters.
One thing you have to say is the Italian's not afraid to be hit, is he? His defense isn't brilliant on the attack. Oh, and Conceição, he's been pinpoint accurate in the last few punches. Well, that's it, end of round two, and the Brazilian is pumping the air. He's starting to enjoy this now. He feels good, and by looking at the Italian's face, it's a bit red at the moment, Will.
Well, he's taken some very clean shots to the face, the Italian. He's had to suffer a little bit to try and get in beyond the reach of Conceição, take some shots to land his own, but he has been successful on a count rate. I don't know how successful. A lot of the shots went on the Brazilian's arms and gloves, but we'll see in a moment how the judges saw it.
So they preferred the style of Conceição to begin with, and they preferred across the board in round two. 19 apiece there for Judge A, but it's 18-20 for B and C. So right now, Conceição is absolutely in the driving position. The Russian, I beg your pardon, the Italian is going to have to come out now and throw everything at Conceição. Domenico Valentino in red, Robson CONCEICAO in blue for Brazil. Final 3-minute round.
Well, the Italian will come to this third and final round knowing that he's got the work to do. He's getting outboxed here from the centre, and they're big hits from both men. You can see the sweat being rocked off their heads as those punches go in. The Brazilian first to break in the clinch, the Italian holding on. I said Mr. Wang had his hands full. Conceição comes back, punishes the Italian. The Italian trying to work the inside margins, trying to spoil him in the clinches, and Conceição very quick to get out of harm's way when the referee says break, just in case the Italian leaves him with something. Good overhand right.
Little warning there from the referee, keep your head up. And again, more exchanges. This is furious in the center of the ring. Neither man backing down.
It's very interesting the message they're sending to each other by trying to control the center of the ring. They're saying, this is my statement of intent, I'm not going back. But Conceição manages to distance himself and still manages to get room to operate the big shot. Big overhand right there again, straight left through the middle. And against what could be a very scrappy proposition, Robson CONCEICAO is giving us a very elegant answer.
Perhaps under the old scoring system, this could be swaying towards the Italian right now. His work rate's high, he's chucking a lot of punches out there, but the Brazilian just seems to get the cleaner hits, certainly the more powerful hits that have rocked the Italian a little bit in each of the rounds. Again, Conceição looks good.
Absolutely, Colin. Conceição really has landed some shots that have made the Italians' hair hurt. Crunching blows, and you can see the sheer effort from both fighters starting to take its toll. Half a minute left, and they get right back to it. Well, what a display of heart, what a display of strength and will. And this is boxing at its highest level. Both fighters giving 100%.
This is it, the last few seconds of round number 3. Great action there from both men. Conceição, he raises his hand. I think we can fairly safely say that he has beaten the #1 in the world with this display.
Well, the Italian came back hard, and as I say, it got gritty in the centre of the ring, toe-to-toe, but Conceição stayed composed, stayed focused, and just had a slightly better strategy to deal with the Italian. There's always ever going to be the finest of margins at semi-final level in the World Championships, but the Brazilian had the call right.
So the first of our men's lightweight under 60-kilo men to go through to the final. It is Robson CONCEICAO of Brazil. He's been in a war. He lost the final round by Judge B's scorecard, but overall 27-29, 27-29, 26-30. There was actually an official warning there given over.